we also can make on the condulator. First, let's have a look on this graph. From centric relation, the condyle moves backward and downward and comes to centric relation and goes backward and downward and comes up to centric relation again. On the articulator, I have to release the lock and make the same movement from centric relation back and down and up again in centric relation, and from centric relation back and down and up again in centric relation. You must not be disturbed by the moment that on the condulator all movements are upside down, because on the articulator it's not the mandible that moves but the upper part. However, there is no change in the relative position of the two parts against each other, since it is a closed mechanical system. The Bennett movement is guided by a B-cone element that is set at about 12 degrees for working and 18 degrees for balancing. Therefore, the idling condyle goes forward and midward and downward on an 18-degree slope, whereas the working condyle goes forward, sideward and downward on a 12-degree incline. Note that here again there is no sharp line separating the two cones, but rather a smooth continuity from balancing to the working side. On the skull here, you see, if you work on the right side, chew on the right side, you have this movement with a 12-degree working and a 18-degree balancing. If you chew on the left side, you have 12-degree working, the 18-degree balancing. And if you go to chew on the left side, you have 12-degree working and 18-degree balancing. But you note on the articulator the upper part moves, lateral working 12-degree and lateral balancing 18-degree. And if you chew on the left side, you have again lateral working 12-degree and lateral balancing 18-degree. On the condulator, this guidance takes place in all combined movements of the mandible. Thus, the supporting cusp playing around in centric creates a dimple working area in an antagonistic surface. Consequently, it works like a pestle in a mortar. This can be observed in well-ground-in, good-functioning natural dentitions, as shown in this frontal section through the second molars of stone casts of a middle-aged person. Now let's go to the patient. This is my wife Monica and now my patient. For this presentation I have already prepared two registration plates. A lower registration plate, as shown here. It is made out of former tray, it's very easy to make it, and an upper one with a central bearing pin. Note